Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here. And as Bitcoin recovers dramatically, the NFL is getting into Bitcoin in a big way. And before we have reported on Russell Okung getting into crypto, taking half of his salary in Bitcoin. And now there's new news, as it says here, Kansas City's Sean Culkin becomes first NFL player to get paid 100% of his salary in Bitcoin. This is bigger news than it looks like. Then there's more to it, and we'll get into it in a moment. But first, make sure to hit the like button, check those links below, and join our new Telegram group, World Alternative Media. Go on Telegram and search it up. Easy to get into, and we'll have a conversation. Anyway, let's get into this news. As you see here on Twitter, Sean Culkin, I fully believe Bitcoin is the future of finance, and I wanted to prove that I have real skin in the game, not just trying to make a quick buck. I will be converting my entire 2021 NFL salary to Bitcoin. Now, he isn't alone. There are a lot of people in the NFL that are doing the exact same thing. Russell Okung was, I think, the first guy to ever take any of his salary in Bitcoin. It was half of it earlier last year. I'm sure he's done pretty well with that so far. And as you see from this morning brew post here, football, crypto, presumptive #1 pick, Trevor Lawrence, just signed an endorsement deal with cryptocurrency investment app Blockfolio and took his signing bonus all in crypto. And then it also points out Chiefs Sean Culkin announced today that he's converting his entire NFL salary to Bitcoin. Now, this is just part of a massive adoption, and these people are smart for doing this because not only is their fiat going to be worthless, but their Bitcoin is going to be worth a lot more. It's like doubling, quadrupling, 10xing your salary in the NFL without actually being any better at the game, which is, I mean, it's something that wasn't possible until now. And we see the market today is pretty good looking. I mean, over the 24, Bitcoin is up 6.3%, Ethereum 6.1 as I report this, Binance moving 4.1, and Ripple up 12.7%. Not a fan, but hey, to each their own. Doge is, of course, moving around 27%, trading sideways, while everything else is kind of moving upwards. That happens after it was totally overheated, but Bitcoin was oversold for sure. And it comes as we see news from JP Morgan, as a Zero Hedge article says. JP Morgan launches Bitcoin fund for rich clients after years of bashing crypto. Ever since JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon first announced Bitcoin way back during the heady crypto rally of 2017, shortly before we revealed that JP Morgan's asset management arm was seemingly buying the dip on behalf of its wealthy clients via a Scandinavian ETN, teams of strategists employed by the bank have produced a steady stream of bearish reports warning its clients about the risk of investing in Bitcoin. JP Morgan's daily Bitcoin hit pieces out just how bad does JP Morgan prop want to be long this, and that was on January 25th, 2021, of course, and now they are totally full speed ahead into Bitcoin. The thing is, people will say, oh, well, big banks getting into it, that's bad news. It's good for adoption because the free market will win. Decentralization will win. These people are just trying to not miss out because they're part of the old guard system that's being absolutely destroyed right now. Of course, they were propped up artificially all throughout last year and into this year, but it doesn't change the fact that they are totally going to get wrecked by this new wave into individual bank accounts in your pocket. They're trying to co-opt it as much as they can. They're trying to take advantage of it as much as they can. And just like George Soros buys gold, he'll also buy Bitcoin. The reason for this, obviously, is, again, they're just protecting their own butts going forward because they are going to see a huge collapse of the system that they helped build. The centrally planned banking system will be collapsed in the future. However, of course, they're clinging on to whatever they can. And with the social credit vaccine passport situation, of course, there are a lot of concerns that everything will be routed through the banks. So that's why it's important to focus on the free market and break out of this. Again, there's a difference between the centrally planned cashless society and the decentralized cashless system, which is an alternative to the cashless society, which breaks apart from the technocracy, the surveillance, the taxes, and the obviously the control via social credit, via technocracy, which has been going on for a long time, going back to Kissinger, meeting with Mao Zedong, the creation of the Trilateral Commission under Zbigniew Brzezinski. Remember, my friends, if your money's in the bank, it's not yours, it's a bank's. If your money's always going to the banks via digital transactions, it's never your money, it's always a bank's, and you are essentially enslaved to the banking system and the government, and we cannot have that, can we? Of course, we are going to get lots of comments in the below our, especially BitChute videos, attacking, not watching the video, saying, oh, it's a cashless society, mark of the beast. Those people are not up to date on the actual technology versus what we're actually facing by the hand of the Great Reset, the government, the collapse of the monetary system, and the growth of this new monetary system that's digital. But just because it's digital doesn't mean that it's bad. There's blockchain that can enslave humanity if centralized, and blockchain that can overthrow that which enslaves humanity if decentralized. So the centralized system is the one that we have to be afraid of. People have to understand that just because it's digital doesn't make it bad. We're on a digital app at this moment. We're literally using digital stuff to learn information. So anyway, carrying on. As this Bitcoin archive, the Bitcoin archive on Twitter is pretty good to follow, BTC_archive. It says, good morning and welcome back to Bitcoin at 53K. It was way oversold, absolutely way oversold. Just as it was overvalued when it broke all-time highs, but a very strange situation happened, a power outage in China, and Joe Biden talking about regulation, which again, it doesn't matter. The taxes don't matter because at the end of the day, only 0.05% of people actually pay the taxes on crypto, according to Credit Karma's survey back in 2018. That was then, imagine now. And so that's why I'm not worried at all about the FUD spread, fear and uncertainty and doubt that's coming out of the governments of the world that are trying to restrict crypto. And then the power outage in China destroyed a bunch of mining firms, and we ended up seeing a massive collapse. But here we are back on track, hopefully for a decent amount of time, because at the end of the day, this honestly, we could see it go down to 35K Bitcoin, but I doubt it, but it could happen. But again, it's just consolidation, and then we'll trade sideways for a bit, and then we'll see a big boom up and see new all-time highs. In my opinion, not investment advice. Anyway, as we see here, Bitcoin miners bought the dip, and you could see evidence of the Bitcoin miner net position change. The Bitcoin miners are buying up a lot of Bitcoin right now. And this interesting post by Pompliano, who I've met once or twice, good guy, says, look around, this is what mass adoption feels like. Banks capitulating, corporates buying, athletes getting paid, users growing, daily media updates. What a beautiful thing to watch unfold right before our eyes. Of course, we've been talking about Bitcoin here at WAM since 2013, and I found out about it in 2009. Obviously, I didn't buy then. I would have been stupid to do it anyway, even if I would become a billionaire if I did. I didn't get into it because it seemed unsafe. And I've learned, and I also was a big gold fan. I still am, but I learned there's a difference between wealth insurance, insuring yourself against as a hedge against inflation, as well as actual investing and speculation on projects that are changing the world. Speaking of projects that are changing the world, here's Pirate Chain. Let me just refresh that to see what the latest price is. Okay, $9.34. Pirate Chain is something I'm a big fan of right now because Pirate Chain is actually revolutionizing the idea of a privacy-based cryptocurrency. It's very fast and easy to send. It'll become more easy to send with bigger transactions coming up right away with an upgrade. Only 1.7 billion, which a few months ago would be a lot, but not now. It's actually pretty a low market cap. I know a lot of people are talking about possibly going up as much as to $500. I won't say that, but I will say I can easily see going between $50 and $100 per Pirate Chain, ARRR. You can get it on bitcoin.com as well as Trade Ogre at the moment. And I feel pretty good about it. I mean, overall, it was overheated for a while there, and it went up dramatically about early or in the middle of last week. So we saw it go in one day from $8.48 all the way up to $16.12. And on some apps, it was as high as $18.50. Overall, in the last 30 days, it's up 2,848%. So it needed to cool down. And here we are, cooled down, and hopefully we see a big move up. But again, it's not just about speculation on this, it's about actual use case, and Pirate Chain is actually useful. And I don't think it'll flip Monero necessarily, though it could. I think that'll be working hand in hand. The more privacy coins, the better. And of course, they were created by people from the Komodo project. And I've met the creator of Komodo, good guy as well. Hung out with him quite a few times. And yeah, good guy. Anyway, another project that I've been talking about a lot, which I'm really a big fan of, is Odysee. And Odysee is, in my opinion, one of the craziest undervalued cryptos out there, tokens out there, which they're doing a bunch of work with NFTs. They are over 50% staked. They only have a market cap of $7 million. Guys, this is a sleeping giant in my opinion, and I'm really excited to be involved in it. Yes, it looks bad on the chart. 30-day is 53% down, 14-day 22% down. It literally hit about as low as I think it possibly could go recently, due to the fact that most of it's staked. And there was a bunch of people selling off after a massive rush after a pre-sale. Pre-sales always work that way. They blow up and then they crash, and then they see capitulation, and then you see, or consolidation, I should say, and then you see a big move up. And I'm not giving investment advice. This is all my opinion, but I'm a big fan of Odysee. You can get it on Uniswap, among a few other platforms, but they are going to be released. I think, yeah, they're on BuyDesk as well. They're going to be released on multiple other exchanges soon, and they have a lot of big announcements coming up. I'm really excited about what they're doing. I'm going to have the CEO on soon to talk about it. And yeah, anyway, it's still in 1137th place. Everyone looks at all the projects and go, man, I wish I got in before it went 2000% up. Well, I think this possibly could be your chance. And again, it's not about money and speculation, but the more money in one of these projects, the better the project does and the more good work they can do. So I'm a fan, and I'm excited about where it goes from here. And one more thing I should mention, I haven't for a while. We are on Rarible. We do have NFTs, so go get your WAM NFTs if you wish. Bid on them. We appreciate it. It helps keep independent media alive, and also helps, you know, if you do well, we do well as well. So I think that's worth pointing out. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. There's a lot to talk about, obviously, going forward. Again, I'm still a fan of Doge Swap because it's such a low market cap currency. I think that it could see massive gains in the near future. But again, not investment advice, just my opinion. Take it as it stands. Make your own decisions. Do your own due diligence, and don't do anything stupid, as always. But yeah, I'm excited about a lot of these projects, and I truly believe that there's potential in a lot of them, and then there's lots of speculative potential in a lot of them, in my opinion, as well, like Doge Swap. And while EDA is a great project, it also has a lot of great speculative potential. So anyway, I'm a big fan of Trust Swap as well, and Monero, and Epic Cash, and we'll see where all that stuff goes in the near future. But anyway, I really appreciate you all watching. Again, join our Telegram group, World Alternative Media. Hit the like button, share on social media. Check those links below. We're on BitChute, Odysee, and Flote.app, FLOTE.app, which of course has a Bitcoin wallet on it. It has encrypted private messaging. It's been a while since I really pushed Flote, but I do most of my stuff on Flote. So go over to Flote and find us there, and I appreciate it. We're on Hive, which has a great currency as well as Steemit. You can help keep independent media alive by going to our gogetfunding.com campaign. We are on Patreon. We are on Subscribestar. And of course, we have Bitcoin. We have a Cointree link, which links you to a whole bunch of different cryptocurrencies you can donate to us with to help keep independent media alive. And of course, we have a PayPal, a Teespring store, and we have a newsletter, www.iamband.com. Go join our newsletter. It takes 2 seconds. It's an easy email, www.iamband.com. All linked below. And yeah, we're on Rumble, we're on Twitter, World Alt Media, and we're on Instagram, World Alternative Media. All right, we got all that stuff out of the way. Stay tuned for much more. This is only the beginning. I see Bitcoin for sure by the end of the year hitting 100,000. And honestly, I might be undervaluing it. It might go parabolic, but we don't want it to go too much, because if it goes too much, we'll see a crash, and the crash will last probably a decent amount of time. Not as long as the last one, but it'll last enough time to hurt a lot of people. So we don't want it to go 3x in a month, for example. Like, we can't get too greedy. We need to be patient with this, because this is It's not all about the speculation. If it overheats, then it's going to collapse, and we don't want that. We're trying to have start an evolution/revolution right now. Anyway, check those links below, and until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.